In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the Lewis structure for a molecule of nitrogen. Nitrogen is a diatomic molecule, so it's written as N2. So step one is to figure out the number of valence electrons. So I have two nitrogen molecules, and I have two nitrogen atoms, and each of these nitrogen atoms has 5 valence electrons. So since I have two of them, that's 5 plus 5. So I have a total of 10 valence electrons from the nitrogen atoms. So now step 2 is to determine the central atom. However, I have just 2 atoms. I just have N and N. So they're just going to be next to each other. It's like if you have 2 people, you and a friend, you're standing next to each other, who's in the middle? There's no such thing as a central atom when you just have 2. Just like there's no such thing as a person in the middle when there's just 2 of you. So the general structure is going to just be N and N bonded together. And remember, this bond is 2 electrons. So now we need to add the remaining electrons so that all of the atoms are stable and we have a stable molecule. So we start with 10 valence electrons. In this bond, we have 2 valence electrons. So now we have 8 remaining. Now each nitrogen needs a total of 8. And each nitrogen only has 2 electrons from this bond. So that means each nitrogen is going to need 6 more electrons. I only have 8. So when I put 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to make my nitrogen on the left stable, I only have 2 more that I can give my nitrogen on the right. So this nitrogen only has 2, 3, 4 electrons. It needs 8. So what's going to happen is that these electrons are going to need to move and be shared between the 2 nitrogens. So they're going to move and they're going to form a bond. So now my nitrogen on the left has 2, 4, 6, 8 electrons, so that one's good. And my nitrogen on the right has 2, 4, 6. It still does not have enough valence electrons. So I'm going to need to erase 2 more and create another bond. So this is called a triple bond. And now my nitrogen on the left has 2, 4, 6, 8 electrons, and my nitrogen on the right has 2, 4, 6, 8 electrons. So they're both stable. Now I need to double check that I've only used 10 electrons. So I have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have used 10, and this is my correct structure of N2.